Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. We got to start with the draft lottery. We got to start with Victor Wembanyama going to the San Antonio Spurs. Tim Duncan,
Yep.
David Robinson, Wemby, Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, Wemby. I have never been more convinced that the NBA is rigged than I am this morning after seeing the Spurs get the number 1 overall pick. I'm convinced it is. That's the one tradition that David Stern passed down to Adam. Oh God, I'm blanking. Adam Silver. I almost said Adam Fisher. I don't even know if that's a real person. Anyway, go ahead. Talk to me about Wemby to the Spurs.
Well, here's the biggest thing is where was the best place for Wemby to land? And a lot of people last night were like applauding it's San Antonio because of their culture, because of Pop, because of everything. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought I'm not convinced of that anymore because Greg Popovich is 74 years old. He's not going to be coaching Wemby for that long. Let's be honest. You know, it'll make it more attractive for the next coach for them to be able to hire the next guy because they'll have a guy like Victor Wembanyama. But that roster is atrocious right now. You know, it really is. It's bad. It's the worst roster of any of those teams. Now, I'm not saying they don't have, good management because I think R.C. Buford and what they put together there has obviously done, wonders for stability and everything like that. But when you look at the players on that team, you're just like, who do they have? Devontae Graham, Jeremy Sohan, Devin Vassell, my boy Doug McDermott. They don't have a lot of high-end talent when the other situations, Portland, Dame Lillard. Like, that's where, honestly, the best place he could have gone was Portland because they have guards.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons. They got Nurkic. That's the place that honestly would have been the best spot for him because they're a Victor Wembanyama away from being able to compete right away. That's the difference. Like Charlotte, no, it's a train wreck. It's a mess. Houston, I know they got Ime Udoka there. It's a mess right now. It's going to take a while to get them to where, again, they've got the right infrastructure in place. Detroit is a mess. So I think Portland was the winner for Victor. San Antonio, we'll see. I just don't think they're going to be any good even with Victor.
Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while. I still think that there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for him getting to the NBA. I just think somebody with that body type and having never played against that level of talent before, I do think that there's going to be probably a year or two to try to get adjusted to playing in the NBA. There's a reason why the NBA is
he's the greatest prospect in team sports history, according to somebody, ever. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? LeBron James was more hype because he was in the country. That's the difference. Like, there's no way in hell. I know you're trying to sell the lottery here, but
no, I get it. So here, that's actually a great question. Let me ask you this: if you could draft without knowing what he turned into, if you could get 18-year-old LeBron James, or you could get 18-year-old Victor Wembanyama, who are you taking with the number 1 pick?
LeBron fucking James. This isn't even close for me. The dude, again, his body frame, you knew he was going to hold up number 1. His maturity, you knew he was going to hold up and live up to the hype. His elite passing, his ability to work and get his shot better. That was the only question mark. Elite defender, elite passer, elite scorer, elite IQ, elite all of it. The only thing he couldn't do was shoot the ball well. And man, has he worked on that part of his game, and you knew he would. So this isn't even close. It's not even a discussion for me.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'll play devil's advocate here. I think LeBron is the one guy that I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please tweet me. Let me know if I'm wrong. He's the one guy that I've ever seen that had that level of hype and that level of expectation that actually lived up to it. Can you think of anybody else that came in where we were saying he's the best prospect that we've ever seen that actually found a way to live up to being the best prospect
or just the NBA?
In any sport, period.
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, I don't know anything about hockey, so I'll take the only thing I know about Wayne Gretzky in hockey is that Matt McCall played golf with him the other day. That's the only thing I know about
Wayne Gretzky. Lived up to the hype. He lived up to the hype and then some. So, but yeah,
you know what? Hold on, let me take it back. I'll give you one more. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. He was a guy that at 17 years old was the next greatest thing that we've ever seen, and is now the second best player in baseball. Maybe he's one of the best players in baseball. But I do think that when you look at what LeBron has turned into, it is impossible to talk about him as a prospect without the idea in your mind that yes, he lived up to these outrageous expectations that he had. I think given the way that the NBA has gone and how valuable rim protectors that can space the floor are, to me, this is just the next step in basketball evolution, going from the throwback bid like a Shaq to somebody like a Nikola Jokic or a Joel Embiid that play on the perimeter, to a Kevin Durant that is a 7-foot guard, to now you have a legitimate 5 rim protector, great defender who, oh, by the way, might also be one of the best scorers that we're going to see on the perimeter. So it's going to be fascinating to watch him develop. I think he is.
Here's what I say too, Rob. Here's what I say also is I still worry, and I know if you haven't watched it, watch our YouTube video on Devontae Jones talking about Victor Wembanyama.
Tell him who Devontae Jones is.
He played at Michigan. He's now Victor's point guard this year in France. So he knows him about as well as anybody. And it was really
if you go and watch the interviews that he did last night with I believe it was the NBA social team, and I think Brian Windhorst was out there for ESPN. You could see Devontae Jones creeping in the background with a Bass Pro Shops hat on, which was that had me laughing.
Anyway, Devontae went through everything about Victor and what a great teammate he is, all of it. And the one thing that I'd heard and to listen to Devontae talk about it was his regimen, his pregame regimen, and how he tries to get his body right so that it can withstand not only now, but a career in the NBA. Because obviously you look at these other guys, the Chet Holmgrens, even the Kevin Durants, and they've been off injured. And Victor has a guy, he's been working with him for a while now. They have a pregame, they have an off, they have all sorts of stretching and other exercises, other things that they do in order to be able to get his body to withstand the rigors of the NBA. But I still worry about that body frame. I'm not going to lie. I don't care what he does. I still worry about it because I've seen too many guys that look like that. Well, there aren't that many guys that look like that, but guys that are long and thin like that, that can't absorb the pounding over and over and over and get hurt. So I don't know. I mean, again, I just think LeBron.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I do think that he has, he's got a little bit of a wider frame, I think, than some of those guys, and I do think he might be able to handle a little bit more strength, a la a Jason Tatum. But yes, that is the single biggest concern. It's the same thing as Zion Williamson. You have these body types that are not, I guess, the norm. I guess is not the norm, and the stresses of 82 games plus whatever you play in the playoffs is a lot when you add all the travel and stuff in. So it was good to hear that. That was actually the one thing that I took away more than anything else from the interview you did with Devontae was, oh, he's already prepping his body to be able to withstand it. And that was something that stood out to me. All right. Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field 68 content.